Hi guys, thank you for tuning in. It's Elizabeth. So I'm sitting on the couch, as you can see. It's like 9:02 p.m. here, Eastern Time. My son is asleep, and I thought, why not make a video? I watch YouTube a lot, and I was watching this YouTube channel, and this lady was talking about, being careful of who you help because they might turn around and hurt you. In that video, she was giving examples from her life. She owns a building, apartment, and she was helping several people. But the ones, all the people she helped turned around and messed it up for her. One of the guys she was helping, he was an elderly guy, but his nephew was selling drugs on from the apartment, so she had to evict him. But before she did that, she confronted them, and the nephew got so upset. And first of all, he the elderly guy was not supposed to have anybody live with him, but he probably was watching out for his nephew because he wants to help him. And yeah, the nephew basically messed it up for him. And he had to evict him. The lady who owns the building had to evict the elderly guy because of that. And the nephew broke the windows and from in the apartment. And she gave an example how she helped this black single mom, I believe, and she I think had her boyfriend living there. And so much things happened that wasn't supposed to happen. And when she evicted the lady, the lady just like trashed the apartment. She trashed everything. Like the apartment looked it so bad. So she was saying, be careful. Actually, her lawyer told her, be careful who you helped because they can turn around and, and hurt you. So she learned her lesson. And I do want, to also give you guys that advice. You can't think that you're going to be a superhero, put your cape on, and you're going to help everybody. A lot of people, one, don't want to be saved, two, cannot be saved, three, cannot be saved by you. Some of them can be saved, but not by you, by someone else with different experience, different set of skills, not you. Some of them, they don't want to be saved, they don't want to be saved. Have you ever like spoken to someone and they're going through so much in their lives, and as you speak to them, you see that they have so much wisdom. They have what it takes to get them out of their situation, but they're not doing nothing whatsoever to help themselves. So just imagine meeting somebody like that and you think, "Oh my goodness, I'm going to help this person." Put your cape on, a superhero cape on, thinking you're gonna save this person. You cannot. That person do not want to be saved. You know, and just be careful who you help. Sometimes, you help someone and they just turned out and it became the something that you regret forever. The saying that says, no good deed goes unpunished is actually very accurate, and there's a reason for it. Thinking you're going to help somebody who doesn't even like you. Okay, they were putting on a front, acting they like you, talking to you, but deep down they hate your guts, and you thinking, oh my god, I'm going to help them. Help who? your enemy, your frenemy, I could say. So be careful. Make sure this is a good person, right? With good character. Sometimes bad things, sometimes bad things happen to good people, and they need the help, and they're trying to help themselves, and they need the help. So help those people that are helping themselves but need a little push. Not somebody who's not doing anything to help themselves. Because usually, a lot of the time, it's not going to end well for you. And I've heard a lot of stories of women, you know, taking in this person to live in their house, and it doesn't work out. And when and when all is said and done, their marriages fall apart. Whether it's a divorce that they gotten, or their husband cheated, or just a lot of drama, or the woman tried them. And this could go on for male as well. The guy brought his quote unquote friend in the house, and that friend just effed up his relationship with his wife, everything. You know, I just want to caution you to be careful who you help, because a lot of the time you help somebody that's jealous of your situation, that never liked you in the first place, and here you go, you bring them to your home. You bring them to your home, and you have this family that they always wanted. You bring them to a nice environment, secure environment. You know, you bring them into something they really wanted. And here you go, you have it, they don't. They don't even like you to begin with. So what do you think they're gonna do? They're really gonna just like leave and just leave everything the way they found it, or even contribute to make it better? They're not. They're gonna destroy it. Why? Because a lot of people, to them, it's like, why you and not me? Even if it's something they don't really want, it's like, why do you have this and I don't? Like, why are you the one married and I'm single? You know, why do you own a home and I'm homeless? Why is this for you and not for me? You can't help people like that. Envious people, you can't help them. You gotta, watch out. Again, before you help somebody, make sure they have good character and they're trying to help themselves. I know, most of you guys are grown, but putting somebody to reside in your residence is just a really bad idea. Like, before you bring someone into your home, there should be a departure date. Okay, you come in here this date, you're leaving at that date. And believe me, 99.8% of the time, if that person said they were going to be here only for 2 weeks, get prepared for a year or at least 5 months. Because usually what happens is that people get comfortable, all right? When before you brought them in, they had nowhere to stay, they had so much pressure. So they were really trying to get a place to stay. And if you didn't help them, maybe it could have been 2 weeks before they got their apartments. But since now you're helping them and they have a place to stay, warm bed, warm food, now they can be selective to where they're going to live. And it could just be like, nope, I don't want to live there. Or you know what? I don't want to put my money in this thing no more. And they're comfortable, and every day they're comfortable. Sometimes people need to be uncomfortable to make moves in their life. So here you go. God is putting this person in a uncomfortable place in their life so that they can level up. Okay. And you coming thinking you're Jesus and putting your cape on, you're gonna save someone, and you hinder that step for them. A lot of people that becomes great that becomes great, and they work through their struggle because they were uncomfortable. to a point where they couldn't ignore it anymore and they had to make moves. So a lot of the time when you bring someone who's going through, that phase in their life into your house, they now become comfortable. Okay. So they're not gonna move. That apartment they were going to move to in 2 weeks is nowhere in sight, honey. Like they're not moving in 2 weeks or in 2 months for that matter. They are comfortable. So, you got to be careful. A lot of people end up, with broken friendships over this, and their life turns upside down because they took somebody in. You don't do that. Like if you have money and you can help them pay for a hotel room, help them, but don't do it. Do things for people you see with good character. Do things for people who that okay, 2 weeks is 2 weeks, that they already have it lined up. Don't do it for people that you can't verify the next step. You got to be careful because the marriage you had, the good relationship you built with your husband, your kid, your routine, everything is about to be shattered. Okay. And when you take somebody into your residence, and a lot of the time, which is like most, I could say almost 100%, let's say 99.8%, people are different when you live with them. Okay. People are different when you live with them. When you live with them, you start noticing things you never knew about them before because now you're around them more often, you know, and you're seeing the flaws, even, you're seeing the flaws, the ones that they were hiding from you, and things of that nature. If they were annoyed with you, they could have just went home or like left your presence and go out somewhere. But now they're living with you. So they're annoyed with you. What's going to happen? So, just be careful. Again, I am not saying don't help people. That's not what I'm saying at all. I have benefited from people helping me, you know, and I'm grateful for those people. So, if they had the mindset of not helping anybody in their life, I would have not, benefit from their kindness. But I'm also telling you, there are people out there, when you help them, you just hinder your own situation, your own life. People have gotten divorced because they put somebody in their house. People has lost their homes, because they put someone in their house, and that caused so much trouble and all this thing. Because when your house is your palace, you need peace. It doesn't matter if it's chaotic at work, at school, anywhere else in the world, but when you come home, it has to be peaceful. It has to be a place you enjoy. And once that peace leave, it's gonna affect all the areas of your life. Home life is really important. And that lady, she learned a lesson, although they were not living in her home, but she learned that she has to be selective as to who she helps. You got to be selective. You know, you got to pay attention to their character. Are they trying to help themselves? That's the first, you know? Are they waiting for a captain save me? Or have they put on their own cape to help themselves? And what you're gonna do when you're helping them, you're just, giving them a boost. Okay? Because you can't really make somebody something they don't want to become. You're not God. You can't change people. You can't really change nobody's life like that. Yes, you can impact it. You could, kind of help it. You could boost them, give them the boost that they need, but you can't really turn people's life around like that. You're not God. And I think kind-hearted people need to realize that, you know? And that's how they really get effed over by so many people. That's how they get, you know, um run over. That's how they get taken advantage of because they want to help everybody. They want to be a savior in people's life, basically. but you're not the savior. So be careful out there as you help people. Be selective. Check and see if they are helping themselves first. Okay? And look at their character. And make sure that when all is said and done, you are not gonna be the victim. Okay? Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. Please leave me your comments. All right? Thank you. Bye. I'll talk to you later.